we may just be watching the worst era in LeBron's career. Season 22 is not looking so good for Bron. As the LeBron versus MJ debates rage on, current LBJ is not even playing as good as Kobe in his 20th season for the Lakers. American sports media has been having a field day when it comes to LeBron's lackluster performances this season. This is not the first time James has faced mass criticism for his performances by the media before, but at age 39, pushing 40, this may be it for the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Is this really the end for King James?
Since he bought these bombs y'all be showing every week. Okay, LeBron, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points?
The Los Angeles Lakers are currently having a less than impressive start to the 2024-25 NBA season. While their current record may not be the end of the world, it's definitely not the type of performance that wins you championships. They are currently 9th in the Western Conference standings as of this video, and although AD was looking impressive a while back with 35 points against the Suns, the Lakers have been facing a tough conference with a very weak and inconsistent defense.
LeBron James and the Lakers blown out by Minnesota last night, 109-80. LeBron tied a season low with 10 points on 4 of 16 shooting from the field.
Sometimes the defense shows flashes of brilliance, signaling some potential, but it's been downhill for the Lakers marksman LeBron James since the playoffs last season. While his performance was excused for being okay for somebody his age, pundits think he can't put up such numbers and claim to be on the level of players like Kobe and MJ.
You're saying for LeBron it's a bad stretch.
I believe
right?
it's a bad stretch. I don't believe it's foreshadowing.
So where are you? Because you've thrown out a lot of narratives. Like, did he just come back for his son and check out?
I'm saying to you, LeBron James is still on the Mount Rushmore, one of the greatest players to have ever lived. He's one of the greatest players in the game right now.
Okay.
I'm not taking that away from him. What I'm saying is he's not what he used to be.
Yeah, we don't.
There is some slippage.
Okay.
And when you're playing on a team that clearly ain't going any damn where unless he leads them at age 40, there does come a point in time where you as a basketball fan are asking, well, damn, since you're a 4-time champion, why be a part of this?
While LeBron has been on the receiving end of some brutal media criticism before, he always finds a way to bounce back and let his performances on the court do the talking, like when he helped the Cavs overturn a 3-1 deficit against the Warriors in the 2016 finals. But this time, he's just a few weeks away from 40, and his court performances lately are barely whispering.
We're just not good offensively right now. I think we spent so much time on trying to get our defense corrected that our offense just took a toll and took a backseat to that. So we're not good offensively right now.
Whether it's his scoring dips, questionable defense, or moments when he just walks up and down the court away from the action, word on the street is that age is finally catching up to him. Is this just another media circus, or are there real cracks forming in LeBron's legacy? Here's what the pundits think about LeBron's performances. The stats are suggesting age is creeping up fast on LeBron, as the 4-time MVP is currently averaging 24.8 points per game this season, a respectable number for any player. But for LeBron, the pundits are not impressed.
It's his 6th straight game shooting below 45%. It's his longest streak doing that since 2004, 20 years ago. Here's LeBron on what's frustrating him about his game.
Just period. It's everything. It's the rhythm. Just feel off rhythm the last few 3-4 games.
Over the last 6 games, Bron has been shooting under 45%, including a season-low 10-point game against the Timberwolves, where he made just 4 of 16 shots. This marks his longest cold streak since 2004, and his shooting struggles from 3-point range are even worse, with 19 missed attempted threes. Additionally, the Lakers have been significantly outscored by a huge margin of 111 points when LeBron is on the court. Some analysts believe his decision to play in the Paris Olympics earlier this year may have impacted his conditioning, and at 40 years old, maintaining peak performance is increasingly challenging.
Did you know? I don't know if you knew this stat. Do you know that the Los Angeles Lakers have been outscored by 111 points
With Bron on the floor.
when Bron is on the floor?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to get into that. So, because we understand he's Mount Rushmore. We understand he's one of the top 4 players in the history, one of the top 3 players in the history of
He ain't
basketball.
2, 3, or 4.
We ain't going to say he's 2.
He ain't 2, 3, or 4. That's all I'm saying.
He's 2.
But carry on.
He's 2. I mean, he ain't number 1. Ain't no GOAT, okay?
The media has been quick to point out LeBron's weak performances in big games. Take, for instance, the Lakers' recent matchup against the Denver Nuggets on November 25th. LeBron finished with just 18 points, shooting 6 for 16 from the field. The Lakers lost by 14, and analysts like Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless didn't waste a second tearing into him. Skip called it unacceptable and questioned LeBron's ability to close games. Meanwhile, social media exploded with memes comparing him to washed-up versions of other greats like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan in their later years. LeBron is officially washed up. Hang it up, man. Another said, if LeBron wants to play all 82 games to look washed up like MJ on the Wizards, go ahead. You logged in the most minutes in NBA history. The goal is to win a championship, right? Get some rest. This man is legit out there with 0 legs. While LeBron has defied age for years, at 39, cracks are starting to show in his physicality and athleticism. One glaring example was his defense, or lack thereof. During the Lakers' loss to the Miami Heat on December 3rd, Jimmy Butler drove past LeBron for an easy bucket, and the replay showed LeBron barely making an effort. The NBA media didn't hold back. Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco highlighted how badly LeBron played, not just in the game, but in the last couple of games, with Unk pointing out that not only is Bron shooting bad, but he's also turning over at an alarming rate.
He's not playing good. There's no way around that, JR. And he's turning what makes it worse is that he's playing bad and he's turning the ball over at an alarming rate on top of it. So it compounds the problem. Now, there's a lot of things that I think could possibly be going on, JR. You let me know what you think. I think maybe the Olympics, maybe he was a little tired.
Stephen A. Smith went on ESPN the next morning and asked, what is LeBron still playing for?
I'm seeing him get burnt on defense a lot. I'm seeing him not getting back on defense a lot. I'm not knocking that. He's approaching 40 years of age. He shouldn't have to. He should have more help, okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so ultimately, we have to get to a point where at this stage and point in your career, we do have to legitimately ask LeBron James what you're playing for. Because guess what? Lakers ain't going nowhere.
It's a tough pill to swallow. The man who gave us iconic chase down blocks and highlight reel dunks is now being called out for lazy defense. But is it laziness, or is his body simply not capable of the same workload anymore?
R-E-S-T. The guy needs to sit. I know I'm approaching 40. I know tired when I see him. The guy looks tired. He hasn't made a 3 since before Thanksgiving when I was about 5 pounds lighter, and is also, turning the ball over at an incredible mark. He's had more than 50 turnovers in the last 10 games. That's 5 turnovers plus per game. He's looking bad on defense. He needs to rest.
Of course, no discussion about LeBron's struggles is complete without dragging Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant into the mix. The GOAT debate has always been a touchy subject, but recent performances have had Bron supporters and detractors in heated arguments after every game.
So LeBron has played how many more seasons than Michael Jordan? He's still behind him? That's crazy. That's crazy. And I love LeBron, but for him to be that far behind MJ and I'm played probably 8 more seasons? Come on, man. Y'all need to stop this.
The media and NBA fans both agree that Kobe Bryant may have had rough patches in his farewell season in 2016, but he ended with an impressive 60-point game on his last day in office. Meanwhile, Jordan's Wizards years, while not peak MJ, still had flashes of brilliance. The media has been quick to highlight how those two managed their declines gracefully, while LeBron is now being accused of chasing stats and clout. The clip of LeBron hanging around the rim and contributing nothing to the defense in the fourth quarter in a blowout loss to the Clippers last month went viral, with fans and analysts alike asking, where's the fire? It's not just the usual suspects like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Former Laker James Worthy has also voiced their concerns about LeBron's slump and the Lakers' rough patch, Worthy calling their situation embarrassing and unacceptable.
It's really no words to explain it other than it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. This team came out of the box early season against some subpar teams, and they were able to win, and I think that kind of gave us hope. But since they've hit the teams that mean something, Yeah, it's pretty bad when you're going to lose games in the NBA, but how they've been losing, it's unacceptable on the effort part. You're going to miss buckets. Offensively, you're going to have bad nights, but defensively, if you're not challenging mentally and physically your opponent, they're going to run over you. Like Miami's a serious team. And so I don't know, man. This trend is not cool. And it's just not cool. I mean, they need to get on the bus tonight and get some White Castle burgers and drive to Atlanta. And they need to think about who they are and what they need to do, because what they're doing right now ain't even close to Laker basketball. Not even close.
On the flip side, some pundits have defended him, blaming the coaching and LeBron's teammates for his bad performance, in conjunction with his age.
And so I don't think they're in the business of being able to outscore people, because you don't have any consistency night to night on who LeBron James is in that facet of his game. And AD can give you one good game, but then he disappears for a week. So you have that issue, and it gets compounded on the fact that they don't play defense. Now, J.J. Redick looked like he was the answer early on, but since they got out to that great start, I want to say they were 10-4, they've lost 5 of the last 7 games. So, yeah, I'm concerned about as Lakers fan. I didn't think this team had a particularly high ceiling, but now it's starting to get to the point where you're worried about this Lakers team being with the dregs of the Western Conference.
Public opinions between fans and media have never been more divided. On Twitter, #WashedKing has been trending off and on, but so has #LeGoat. But the media's relentless focus on LeBron's flaws has led many fans to come to his defense. Many fans brought up stats that suggest LeBron is performing better than Jordan in his final seasons with the Wizards. One viral tweet reeling out LeBron's stats this season said, "Interesting for not a max player." But for every fan defending him, another is pointing out his inconsistency, bringing up how LeBron isn't dominating the way he used to. Of course, criticism of LeBron can't be separated from the Lakers' overall struggles.
You watched that game and you thought LeBron James tried to play defense.
Did you see anyone else playing defense or offense?
No, but I'm just saying, you thought LeBron James tried to play defense watching last night's game.
No, but he never does.
Right, okay.
But he never does anymore until he has to.
Okay.
He tried to play offense. Is Anthony Davis alive? What happened here?
With Anthony Davis continuing to be unreliable due to injuries, the burden on LeBron has only increased. But here's the catch. Some analysts believe LeBron himself is holding the Lakers back.
To me, it's hindering the game. The stats, the praise, we get it. And I'm going to give you flowers because you've done so much for the game. You can't take away the energy he's put in, the hard work he's put in, the blood, sweat, and tears. You can't defy the gravity that he's passed all these greats and he's done all this stuff for the game. You cannot ignore that stuff. But what we're seeing now is a diminishing of the game because a great player will not step aside so other players can be great.
When LeBron passed Kareem's scoring record in February 2023, it was hailed as one of the greatest achievements in sports history. But now, just a season later, some are asking if that moment was as far as he can go. Some pundits and fans think his career is on the line. Every game and every stat adds or detracts to LeBron's legacy. Should he retire at the end of the season and preserve his legacy, or stay on and try to prove himself to his detractors? Yes, his performances have been inconsistent. Yes, Father Time is catching up. But let's not forget, this is LeBron James, the same man who's been breaking records, silencing doubters, and dominating the narrative for 20 years. What do you think? Is the criticism fair, or is the media just looking for headlines? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.